Do the "Hey You Guys" thing.
Yeah, we'll see.
Drum roll, please.
Oh,
Oh no!
I'm too much.
My gosh, the little one! Oh my God.
Now, for the first time, everyone can have a white Christmas. Because now, everyone's favorite holiday movie is on video cassette for just $24.95. White Christmas, starring Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye. At $24.95, it's the perfect stocking stuffer. Get yours today for a wonderful holiday from Paramount.
Best movie ever.
Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town.
Oh my God!
I know him.
Like, do I
Never
really
seen
want to
Elf.
watch a horror slasher movie with Bill Goldberg where he's playing Santa? And then I watched the first 5 minutes of the movie with Fran Drescher. Santa here! Yes, Virginia. There is a Santa Claus. And he goes about murdering this despicable, annoying, effed up family where the son-in-law is banging the mother-in-law. And it's like this despicable family, and there's James Caan going, I just want a moist turkey. I want a moist turkey, Fredo.
Mm-hmm.
And Fran Drescher's like, moist, that'd be nice. And you're like, oh my God, please kill all of them. And then, like Jesus on the mountain, there's Bill Goldberg coming down the effing chimney, and he murders the entire family and the dog. Because, yeah, even the
Dogs
yapper
first.
dog's annoying. The dog's first.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hey, you guys!
No!
Isn't it about time for somebody's favorite radio program?
Was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
It was Tuesday.
We're on a mission from God.
Aha! Showtime!
Let me have a Diablo sandwich, a Dr. Pepper. Make it fast. I'm gonna goddamn.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to Talk Hard. It's Tuesday. It's time to hang out and have a good time together. I hope you are doing well. Your week is going well. It is. It's definitely the high point of my week, and I can't wait to get into this one. It's another fun film that kind of gets a regular watch in my house. We are talking a little backstage before. I was talking to Squeeka about it. It's a movie that tends to always get played, but necessarily like we sit down and watch it. It's more like it can be in the background sometimes. Sometimes we just enjoy watching. Really get dialed into some of these different songs and moments. So yeah, kind of fun to talk about with you guys. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Squeeka, first time watch for you, I think, right?
Yes. But Louise picked it, and it was a wonderful pick. I loved this movie. This was amazing.
Yeah, Squeeka was supposed to pick. She outsourced her pick to Louisa a week. Louisa was here that week. And I was like, okay, yeah, we can do that one. And Louisa's like, wait, I was just bringing up movies. Nope, no, you're close enough to a pick. We're just going to roll with it. So, and here we are. So, good, Squeak. I'm glad. It'd be fun to talk about your first experience with it too. I knew that would be fun. And I knew it would be something you would actually really, really enjoy. So, I'm glad we got it on the radar screen. Louise Sparrow is back in the house. How you doing, lady? What's going on?
Hi, great to be back. Yeah, always fun to hang out. So, thank you. This is a old family watch for me. So.
I was going to say, you're a bit of an old soul, loving these old movies. It's great to have you and your thoughts as well. And we were talking backstage about that too, growing up and seeing some of these in reruns, seeing these on the telly. And it was just fun to get to revisit that. So I'm glad you're able to be here for this. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
With that, let me say hello to this lovely chat. Hope everybody out there is doing well. Zax, of course, is here. Saying hello to everybody. Great to hear from Zax. Man, hopefully you're doing well. There's Snorty. He's holding the door open for everybody, saying hello to all the humans and the other critters. Well, hello to you, you wonderful polar bear. Hope you're doing all right. Hope things are going well. Luis is checking in as well, so we got all that. There's this lovely mouse. The mouse is in the house. And Penny, the lovely Penny's here. Great to see you. We should have Penny in. Penny, will you come in online with us sometime? It'd be great to have Penny. Never had Penny on. But everybody's doing well. Great to see everybody. Listen. Fred said, I love these old-time musicals. Yeah, I mean, it really... the thing is I just don't understand how we got away from it, because it just still really worked. I was in such a good mood after watching this movie. Yeah. I was jazzed up. How about you?
Well, during the whole movie, I commented so many times about how, like, because I had to watch it in pieces, and so Beard popped in for the last half, and I was like, man, why do we not have more of these just movies? I understand that some people wouldn't like the random bursting into song all the time, but it's just so fun, and to watch them basically perform a little like show in the middle of this movie with all the dance numbers and stuff. It's like a twofer. This was such a good time.
Yeah, it is interesting. And I will admit musicals are kind of an acquired taste. I'm not always a fan, but it seems like with the holiday ones, I really do enjoy them a lot. Luis, do you like musicals kind of writ large, or just the holiday?
I absolutely love the sort of Hollywood musical era. They were writing about what they knew, because a lot of them are based around stage shows and performing, which is kind of the reason some of them burst into song. But yeah, and I like some stage shows as well. Not so keen on the more modern ones, I must admit.
That's awesome. Well, let me welcome in Ironcaster. He's here. How you doing, buddy? What's going on? Can you hear us, Ironcaster? He's not responding. We'll see.
Super serious Ironcaster. Yeah, he needs a white Christmas.
Serious caster. Hello, Ironcaster.
We can't hear you.
Still can't hear him. Think he froze.
No, it's because I muted myself.
Oh, I see. So what he had to say was so important, folks. It was only for privileged ears. How are you doing, my friend?
It has been a week. I had a happy Tuesday. Yeah, it's only Tuesday. No, but
of a day.
It's been a week. I've been trying to make do and get everything up and running, but I'm kind of running off of my laptop as my backup computer right now.
That kind of thing. Tech talk time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that, my friend.
Which, by the way, Squeeka, thank you so much.
I didn't do anything.
Uh-huh. All right. I think you know what you did.
Ironcaster, I just wanted to ask right up front, is this your first time watching this?
So, it has been a number of years since I watched this movie, but for all intents and purposes, it may as well be, because I cannot honestly remember the last time I did watch it.
Gotcha. Well, Penny says it's one of her favorites of all time. Great to hear, Penny. That's awesome. And here's folks saying, need to write an old-time musical. There are musicals that have been done recently that are okay. The problem I have with a lot of them is they're just too caught up with the story and just some sort of heaviness of it all, a dramatic element, and not just the fun and whimsical elements from this era, for sure. So...
Well,
yeah,
Penny,
a movie like this, busy, so.
A movie like this is great because it is a time stone into an era of Hollywood, into the way television was filmed. I mean, just getting a chance to see those little, pulling back the veil a little bit, just to see like the big giant cameras on wheels and the way they would have shot a television show from that era.
Yeah, that's true as well. I think that it takes you to a time that's it's so different. And I think one of the things that makes White Christmas work, I don't know, Luis, you talked a little bit about it, is it feels like, I don't know, what does it translate for you overseas, but it feels like real Americana for us, especially the wartime stuff. How does this sort of translate to the time and stuff like that for you?
hard to say because obviously I grew up watching this, but like my granddad fought in World War II, so I grew up with a certain amount of knowledge about that anyway. So it still felt real for me, if that makes sense.
That's fair. Yeah. Fred's making comments here about some of the popular ones of that time, dating all the way back to the 30s. Yeah, true. And it's just, a lot of these kind of movies just are foundational films for sure. So, yeah, Folk is a big fan of the old Sisu. So, no, yeah. So
we need Talk Hard the musical.
Talk Hard the musical.
Yes. Huh. And there's gonna be my big show-stopping number about sharks.
Oh yeah.
Mecha shark.
Shark.
Yes.
Shark hard.
Shark.
See what it is he's going to be like grouped in these little section of nerds, and he's going to be happy and he's going to have his mech chats, but deep inside there's going to be this musical number about how he just really loves sharks. And
everything
if he could be with the
sharks.
Call it Sharky the Musical. Shark Christmas.
In the review, Ironcaster, of course, chews up the show with his number. Everything comes back to sharks. It was one of the worst parts of the musical.
The old Sharkcaster musical moment.
We could have some kung fu choreography.
Well, of course. We have kung fu, sharks, and robots. Like, what more could you want? And also Christmas.
Should we plan a musical, Louise? Would that make you happy too?
Oh yeah, sure.
They're all turning against me around here, folks. I don't know what to talk hard.
Can Louise and I get those cool outfits? I'm with Snorty on this. Can Louise and I do like the big fans? Because those are cool. Big feathered fans.
Just so you guys,
I'll adopt you. We'll do the sister song.
I have the red dress. We made my friend and I made it for a convention one year. So we've got the red satin dresses with fur trim and everything. We made them.
Awesome.
Wow, that's awesome.
Well, and then Pops and Ironcaster can dress as the guys with the big fans.
Yes.
I mean, that feels like the scene for me in Loki for sure. Like it does seem like that's totally on brand for us. Like, yeah.
It's gonna be a bit where Loki and Pops are looking at each other with that look as they realize, like, I got them into something else again.
Or Loki and Ironcaster can do it, and Pops will be the general.
Mm-hmm.
He's already got
the musical's about how we have to save the farm.
Maybe.
From sharks.
From sharks. Yes. So we have had some musical moments here on Talk Hard. Not everybody knows, but in case you missed it here recently,
I met my old girl on the street last night. She seemed so glad to see me. I just smiled.
It's kind of all downhill from there. I got to be honest. I don't know what to say about topping something that brilliant. So it's good. It's been with this for a while. So
I do my best work.
Yes. Penny, I will admit, every time I watch this, I always think to myself how I should watch more Danny Kaye movies. I don't really find myself doing that, but he seems so charming and so engaging. He doesn't really get a kind of reputation that he deserves. Like Bing Crosby, Gene Kelly, Fred Astaire are so much more famous and known than Danny Kaye. You know what I mean? I just, yeah. Fred's saying there's a Woody Allen film called Everyone Says I Love, which is sort of a musical parody. Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
And he was so funny. Like his faces, Danny Kaye's faces throughout the whole thing were amazing. I loved his little face, all the expressions he made. I loved him more than, Bing Crosby sounds great, but I loved his facial expressions more than anybody's. Danny Kaye's.
And for those of you who didn't know or didn't remember it, this is the Christmas Vacation reference when he talks about everybody being happy. and the happiest that you'll find since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny effing Kaye. So yes, this is that movie that's being referenced for sure. Thank you, Christmas Vacation. Let's see. I do think too the thing, in addition to just what I said earlier, is just the class. The film with there's just beautiful ladies and handsome men. They're always buttoned up. Did you like the fact that they're eating and they're out in the snow and they're whatever, and he's still wearing like a coat? No matter what, he's still dressed to the nines. It's just what a different era. I mean, these people would not. Oh, I don't know. Anyone that was still, I guess they would still be really late in life that would remember this sort of era more personally. No wonder they can't stand it. You know what I mean? It's such a culture shock to where we've got to now, for sure.
Well, like when she leaves too, like when she leaves and goes to get a midnight snack, and she's like in full pajamas and wears her little robe, and she still looks gorgeous, and her hair's perfect, and
there's a timelessness about it in a lot of ways. It's this like I said, it's this doorway into an earlier time in which everything was kind of bright and hopeful, and like as the saddest the movie gets, it's still like it doesn't get as sad as something like like something could get. Whereas if to try to make a movie like this now, there would have to be too much of a they wouldn't be able to have the same approach to it. Because I think about it, and it's like if they were to try to recreate White Christmas today, they would probably want to make it more about one of the dancers in the show who really wants to like break out and make way for himself, and then we have to make it about how Bing Crosby's going to go ahead and let him finally get a chance to take the lead in one of the songs.
That's true. I don't feel like this is a film that would be adapted well. Like this would just be full of alphabet references and full of sort of like suggestive elements and couldn't be pure and natural. I think that I watched Dick Tracy last few months ago, and it felt like one of those musicals that still made me feel like it was trying to capture some of this, even though it is sultry and definitely a little more edgy than this era is for sure. Greatest Showman was a musical that I really enjoy, and it's held up well through multiple rewatches of kind of having some of that kind of presence and timeliness and that kind of thing, but definitely not like this. This is a different type of feel, different type of era. Louisa, Louisa, why I say your name wrong? Louise, how do you describe the era? What's a way to kind of help people get why it's so special?
That era of the silver screen, it was still magic. And yes, we've all heard stories of reality and things that went on behind the scenes, but what they put on screen was this idealized, perfect vision. It was a sense of magic, and it's very hard to beat, because what they wanted to do was project that. There is a sense of the sort of reality, and they're coming out of war and things like that. But it's that hope and future, and everything can be magical, everything can be happy, everything can be beautiful. It's just a wonderful escape, if you like.
Yeah, I think that's true. Penny's talking about it being the good old days. Squeeka, does it feel... Is part of the appeal, or what connected with you on it, is the fact that it is so like optimistic, it is so upbeat. Like even with heavier moments and some different issues that were coming up throughout the film, with there's some war moments, and then it's like, we're gonna have this kind of fall apart, this isn't gonna work out, whatever. But it still felt so positive and uplifting all the time. Is that one of the best things that this film captures that we don't see a lot with a modern film?
For sure. And it's not something you see a lot in modern musicals either. Like it's not cheesy uplifting. It's not like a superficial feel good. Like you can see these guys at war, there's stuff going on in the background, and they're still trying to have a good time at Christmas, and even when they're talking about like the bills for the things, or like when they're in the kitchen talking about how much is this going to cost, things like that, or the status of the general's farm and things like that. But it's it's not cheesy feel good. It's kind of like a refined and classy feel good. Like it was like, I know that we say it's a different era, but it really feels like a place out of time. Like when you the best analogy I can come up to with is like when you're sitting there and there's like this little Santa's village, or even like a little snow globe with a little house in it. Like it just seems like a little space out of time. And I don't know, it calms, it's very calming, not just feel good. Like it's just this, just, yeah.
Ironcaster, the scale and scope of musical numbers in these films is just incredible. Like, I mean, it's just, I was really trying to watch the film differently through a different type of critical eye for this, and that was one of my biggest takeaways, was all of this. Like, that is just spectacular.
I mean, one of the things that really works for me, it's the musical numbers in this, they are, and many of them are show stealing musical numbers, and they work because because here they are ultimately telling a story about how, like, they needed a justifiable reason to keep everyone employed and keep everyone working through the holidays. So we're gonna go work on the act up at the cabins here, and so not everything has to be Christmassy because it makes sense. It doesn't hit you over the head too much with the Christmas festivities. There's not too much. It's not overwhelming in that, and so it's able to go and really have its own fun for the sake of enjoying these musicals.
Yeah, that's a good point. Even though it is a Christmas movie, movies at this time, a lot of them have this reputation and they're associated with Christmas so much. But Luis, there's not a ton of Christmas in the movie. Like, it has its moments. It's obviously bookend with White Christmas and the song, but there's a lot of movie here that's not like Christmas centric. Is it still a very Christmas centric film for you?
It's funny, isn't it? Because I think of it as being about Christmas. Obviously, they're going off for the Christmas holidays. It's based around why isn't there any snow? That sort of idyllic cabin out, all together out in the beautiful countryside and preparing for Christmas and sort of the final scene. And yet, you're right. There's not a lot that is actually focusing on it, but still somehow it encompasses it. It's probably that final scene that it sort of leaves you on that note, and in your head that was Christmas.
Yeah, that's true. It definitely leaves you. I mean, again, I always just, throughout the movie, the music is so great. It's just there's just so much of that was so engaging and uplifting. Squeeka, were you kind of surprised by how little Christmas there is in a lot of ways?
Oh, off the bat, I was like, wait, is this a war movie? Like, hold up now. This is not what I expected. But I love that it wasn't a Christmas movie all the way throughout. I feel like that made it even better because you got to see some of like these, I don't know, kind of Christmas tendencies, like the way they help girls out and just the way he's like, give everybody off for the holiday. Like it was still so feel good that you can tell, like it feels like a Christmas movie, because I feel like that's the only time you get feel good movies nowadays is, with Hallmark classics at Christmas time. But yeah, I didn't. And then when they got to Vermont and there was no snow, I was like, all right, guys. This is like the Loki dilemma where it doesn't happen till the very end of the movie.
Yeah. It was a little bit of kind of a bait and switch. A little bit of bait and switch.
But it did kind
Let's say
of. The
hello
only thing
to
that
Brandon popping in, saying one of the best from the era for sure, my friend. So go
the
ahead.
only
What
I
were you saying?
didn't like was the fact that it did set it up like because they got there and it's called White Christmas. I'm like, oh, I know it's gonna snow sometime, and then they build up for it, and I'm like, oh, there's gonna be a big finale of snow. So it kind of took a little bit away from the ending in that regard, but for the most part, no, I didn't care that there wasn't any big huge Christmas thing until the end.
Well, it starts with a war movie, like you said, so it's a little bit of a surprise for someone who's never seen it. So I was just curious. And Ironcaster, you said you hadn't really remembered a lot. I had not remembered either. I always am taken back. Like I've always
Sorry.
I have so much fun with the sequence. I laugh every single time. Yeah, what a great. I guess there's something that I also feel like is lost here, buddy. Is that they can laugh at themselves. They can have fun. This doesn't feel like something that people are doing now, and just getting the gag that they should be getting.
Well, and the reality is, you couldn't do something like this today for a joke because it would be you would have some group that would find something like this to be too offensive or belittling of them, and it's just kind of unfortunate because yeah, again, it is just a silly bit. It's not something they're going to like make fun of, but it's the total bait and switch of it all to build it up to. The first half hour is just all this misdirection to ultimately get us to where we have the guys, we have the girls in the same place together.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. It is definitely a film that has a reputation that centers around the song, the Irving Berlin song. And good for him, by the way. I guess we should just briefly mention he got paid a big bag of cash to get his song adapted into a film that gives it even more of a legacy than it would have had already. Congratulations to that dude and his family and his heirs, because man, that was nice. That was nice back then. It's nice now. So good for him.
Although it's one of those things where I kind of feel like modern audiences who don't regularly go out and watch classic films probably might not even know that the song had a movie based on it. I mean, outside of like something Hallmark could have done.
Yeah,
I'm one of those people. I don't know what movie you're talking about. This movie had a song based on it. You're talking about
the song "White Christmas" was already a hit. It actually came from Holiday Inn, which Pops mentioned, and they built this film around the song.
Oh, I thought the song came out because of this show.
No, other way around.
Oh.
And Irving Berlin wrote all of the songs in this film.
It's just one of those things where most audiences generally don't know movies before like 1980, if that.
2020. I don't know, maybe it's more 2020.
Like I'm just saying in general, like movies in the 80s that really built themselves in their franchises have had remarkable staying power in the minds of people. But it's like when you start getting before that, you start getting to fewer and fewer movies that have any sort of significance in the cultural zeitgeist.
Well, I feel part of that was rebellion. I feel like there was this big split of people that watched the movies with their folks, like kind of like what Louise did. Like you watch these movies with your folks, and so you loved them because you watched them. And then there was the group of people that were like, "These are my parents' movies. I can't be caught dead watching this."
Well, that and the fact that Hollywood trends do come and go. Like for the longest time, westerns were the biggest thing in Hollywood. And then before that, well, even like kind of around that time as well, we had a massive musical craze, and we had these big epics like Cleopatra, Lawrence of Arabia, and then there were so many other films along the way there in those little eras that that kind of fall by the wayside and get choked up in the weeds. And yes, I absolutely adore Bing Crosby. Like he has one of my favorite singing voices from all of classic Hollywood.
So when he says, I wrote a script for a Christmas movie. It's called The Polar Bear and the Christmas Seal, but no one was interested. Is it a short movie Snorty? Is it short? Does it involve a lot of eating and snacks? We all want to know. So
Is it a Christmas horror movie? Is it like a thriller?
it might actually have a little yeah. So yeah, Brandon, you're an old soul too, man. I get you. I feel you, man. Yeah, 100%. And DJ Ronnie G's popping in. Great to see you, my friend. Great to see you.
I thought you said like a seal sweater. No, this is my this is one of my little Star Wars Christmas sweaters. I've got like probably 4 or 5 of them at this point. So
That's it.
across all these streams, I'll throw out a different one with every single stream. So keep on the lookout, folks.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I think I agree. Louise, you were talking about it too. Like we grew up watching stuff, and then our parents had watched. It was just like kind of made it sort of. Is there a little bit of stigma growing up with it's your parents' movies or whatever? Because I don't feel like there was a lot of them in my generation. I feel like it was like maybe it's because it was the boom of VHS and cable, and then it's kind of like everything was just a free for all of whatever you could watch. And I feel like now there's a lot more stigmas on how old a movie it is, people that won't watch black and white movies, or I won't watch musicals. And Luis, you talked about watching stuff like this when you were young. Do you feel like there was any stigma at all, though? I feel like everything was open, right?
I don't think so. Maybe it's because we didn't have as much. If it was on the telly, everybody watched it together. It was, you didn't really have a choice. When I was little, it wasn't like, I'll go and watch it on my phone or anything like that. We had a telly, and somebody decided what was going to be on it. So, that's just what everybody did. So I don't think it even occurred to us at the time. But I was watching this before I got to sort of teen years, where I might have been a bit more and watching my stuff, So yeah, I was just enchanted by it long before that was an issue. But I think it is more now. I'm always surprised when people say, yeah, I won't watch black and white or things like that. I can understand not having seen it, but to not try it, that's bizarre to me.
It is kind of interesting, though, in the modern day, how so many movies or trends from like TikTok, for example, will wind up being the next big thing, and then everyone will flock to the most random of films of topics. That everyone coming together moment can happen, but the problem is it's not something you can necessarily control. Like, ABC can't put on a movie at 7 o'clock to be the hit movie that everyone flocks to.
Yeah, and when they do, it's like we made comments about it when it happened a couple of years ago, right? When Stranger Things 4 season 4 dropped, it was a huge deal, and everybody talked about it. It trended. It was like a big thing, and like music is a large part of that as well. And then with this one, Stranger Things 5, it's been like bupkis. I haven't heard anybody talking about it. Like I had to kind of like seek stuff out to kind of get a feel for everybody was talking about it. So the event television, the event moment is sort of lost. And I love what you said, Louise. I may have to clip that too, because her voice, oh my gosh, I love the accent and everything. It's like, someone has to decide what is on the telly is 100% how life was. Like, my grandparents' house, you didn't get a vote. You weren't, no one was asking you in your opinion, small child. And it was like, and then it was no going in the other room. There's no other telly. There was no cell phone. There was no tablet. There was, no. Yeah. So it is, different time for sure.
See, growing up though, we had like what grandma was watching. Like it would be that's kind of in my teen years, and by then I was like fully enmeshed, and I'm just going to read this book, and I read and wrote a lot, so I was just like, whatever. I'm not going to watch your John Wayne because I'm going to go in here and read my books for the umpteenth time.
Pops, I mean, she says that, but maybe we should put a little John Wayne on the list for next year.
Oh, I was just making a. Can you add in the top of the list? I'm going to put it in somewhere. Murder by Death, and then just underneath it, put John Wayne, and we'll find a John Wayne movie. Because there's a couple of John Wayne movies that she should see, because she needs to have some perspective of the.
I've seen a couple.
The different sort of feel of Western, because there's like a completely different feel for the different westerns. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, this is the best one. This is the best one." I'm like, they kind of become apples and oranges, and I think this is where I think what we were kind of talking about too. Whenever people are being critical of eras or certain styles or whatever, because yeah, you guys have to have some context too, man. We can't, yeah. I don't know if I pulled it up or not. Yeah, Ironcaster has on a really cool Christmas sweater, so we'll put on that. So it's too hot here in Florida. We were cold a month ago. Yeah, not so much right now.
It's below freezing here already.
You see, we don't just wear them for the novelty up here. We wear them because it's a necessity, just like flannel.
Well, I have shirts. I have a Christmas shirt for nearly every day. So I have a T-shirt, but I don't wear sweaters every day. It's too hot for a sweater. But I wear a Christmas shirt every single day. Mrs. Pop's like laughs.
These aren't just Christmas sweaters. They're winter sweaters up here. Like I would be wearing this thing in February.
Well, see, that's the way you do it, I guess. I have like obnoxious Christmas sweaters too, though. I have some like everyday wear, but then I have some that are just, yeah. So, Claude stopping in. Great to see Claude.
Not watching these movies, like not even giving them a chance, like Louise was talking about, where people are like, "No, I'm just not going to watch that." Like, you're missing out on so much. There's so much you could learn about modern movies, and even just like the difference in movies. Like I just like with the numbers and the costumes. If you like just okay, fine, I don't like all the singing or take that out. Like just the way it's done, just the way the plot's done, like and the costuming and how it's produced. Like I feel like people are missing out on so much cinematography.
Or even just the dialogue. Like the such intelligent dialogue and writing clever quips coming from Bing Crosby with virtually everything he has to say. That was the biggest thing I really took out of it this time around.
Well, them big. I think SQUEEKA. You talk about Danny Kaye and the faces, whatever. Just they were.
Yeah, his
so
expressions.
Good together. Oh yes, they're charismatic. They're funny. They're playing off each other so well. Oh, it's just incredible.
I mean, even when he wasn't with Bing, like just during some of the dancing numbers and things like that, just like all of their facial expressions, it was just. I mean, his especially, but just the way they truly acted. You know, it's like I'm just up here dancing and singing a song, but I'm going to be living it up. Like his facial expressions in the what was the song choreography? Like he was having a good time.
Yeah. And you were going on about people not giving these black and white classics in this era a chance, and it is with no irony that you're talking about the greatest films of all time. Like you get down to any list, and I know there's some modern stuff here and there sprinkled in, especially from like the 70s and such, but most lists are going to have on Citizen Kane, Casablanca, Gone with the Wind, Wizard of Oz, Singing in the Rain, there's Sunset Boulevard, Some Like It Hot, All About Eve, African Queen, Grapes of Wrath, Ben-Hur. These are movies that are pre-1955. So if you're not watching any of these things, how do you have a frame of reference on what's great today? At least that's part of my take on why people don't have a good perspective. Louise, you've seen all of those, haven't you?
I don't know that I saw every single one you just named, but mostly, yeah.
Yeah, see, she gets it. She gets it.
At least if a couple ring out in your ear, then that's good enough, I suppose.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know what else can be said about just the magnitude of a film, of scope, perspective, the costuming, the set designs. Just, I really am sort of in awe of a film like this. I kind of forget it in the grand scale of it being a pivotal film, because it's the first one that uses this type of color technique. Its camera technique is very groundbreaking for its time. I think it's called VistaVision. Is that the right way to pronounce it? VistaVision. And it is a huge processing, very changes everything. And
well, they literally changed the way they handled the film, because the thing with VistaVision was it was a horizontal feed for the film itself that then caused a bunch of issues when it came to editing. but VistaVision has stuck around for a long time. It was a wider format as part of
Yep.
the ongoing format wars, and
Yep.
through that we wound up getting stuff like Star Wars used VistaVision in its advances.
Right. Fascinating stuff. I also I think I mentioned it in passing, but I'd say again, it is also fun when we have sort of the Hollywood legacy on camera. Rosemary Clooney, obviously George Clooney's aunt. This is when you get, Clooney. Clooney's another one of these. If he ever tries to pretend that he's not like Hollywood royalty or came as an everyman, no, you're in the machine from the get go, my friend. So. Hail to Zach 6. Say hi to everybody. Great to see Zach here. And he says there's a movie called It Happened on the 10th Avenue where people spend the holidays in an empty house. I don't know what that one is. Interesting. It happened on 10th Street. Okay. Don't know about that one, Fred. Got me good. So, some moments that stood out to you this week.
Does the whole show count as a moment? I mean, there was just so many. The best part was there's so many small pieces too, that are memorable. Like when they go in there and she can't sleep, and he talks about what sandwiches cause what dreams. You know what I mean? Like just the silliest of little things. And like. Even the beginning part is memorable because as a first watch, like I said, I was like, what, a war movie? Okay, guys, this isn't funny. Like, and the show pieces are, I mean, they're showstoppers. They were amazing. Like you want to go back and watch it just to watch those pieces again. And there's so many moments. I love the end. There's this one little dancer girl that makes little faces. Like I couldn't pay attention to the end very well because I kept checking her out, the one that had her arms up. She was so funny. But and in this scene, the one where she's by herself at the thing, this little dude right here, I swear to y'all, he looks like a little Ken doll. Like the way his face is, it's like a Ken face.
Apparently, he got a load of fan mail just from that one shot.
I wouldn't doubt it because he's got like that perfect I'm made out of plastic and I've been here for a while. Like just the way it's chiseled and So there's so many different it's just I don't know the part on the train where he's like I could be sleeping in a bed right now but you gave our beds away and it's so much fun. So I don't know. I forgot about that one. Oh my god, yes! He looks so happy with his little butcher suit on.
That's so great, isn't it?
But it's something with the musical numbers and things like that, like the crazy faces on the tambourines. I didn't expect those to happen. It's just such a good movie. Man, Luis is amazing. I can't wait for the rest of the list.
And I thought this at the end. It's just so heartwarming, very moving. I forgot about this. I mean, I remembered it, but I didn't remember the gravity of it. So I'm like, Squeeka might cry a bit. Might be in trouble.
Yeah, you didn't tell me about this part. Yeah,
I forgot.
And it was before the snow part even, so it's I still haven't had my snow. There's still no White Christmas. Oh my god, his broken leg. Oh my god, the fiasco of them taking him away from the TV. There's just so many.
Yeah. Yeah, very nice. Very very well done. On location shots, there's lots of sets obviously, but lots of location. And him suddenly, because it is funny how you almost feel for part of the movie that they have fallen in love and just kind of quietly are figuring out how to get the other two in love, and then you're realizing that when she kind of we'll come up with this fake engagement thing, and you're like, oh no, listen, no, let's not get carried away now. It was interesting how that played out. I was curious on what your guys' thoughts on that, because it is sort of I won't say a surprise twist, but how they handle it is not as straightforward as it kind of seems in the early part of the film.
It was really surprising for me because I thought they were going to hook up after that first dance. I was like, oh, they are couple. That's how this is going to go.
These two had such fantastic chemistry together.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I mean, they're
oh.
clearly not the main romance in it, except that if you watch it all the way through it, he's holding her hand. Everywhere they go, they're just a couple.
Yeah, and it feels like right from the get-go, from that dance, they're a couple now. They're just going to be a couple now. Like, I don't understand how they're not a couple. Like, what is this scene? Like, what is happening? Like, yeah, it's good. Okay, I'm just confused, Zach. So you have to clarify a little bit. So the only decent and recent Christmas adjacent movie is The Holdovers? Christmas adjacent might be the trick for me. I don't think I've seen Holdovers, so I don't totally know. Christmas adjacent might be the key. So, because there's a lot of debate. Mrs. Pops gets angry when she pulls up the Christmas list and she sees movies. I always have to hear about Die Hard, but I'll put other movies in there too that are Christmas adjacent. So,
in 1970, a curmudgeon history teacher at a New England boarding school remains on campus during Christmas break to supervise held-over students, and ends up forming an unlikely bond with a brainy but damaged troublemaker. It's rated R. Came out in 2023. So I just based on a little bit I'm seeing here with it, I can see how this could be held up as a Christmas movie. Which maybe we'll look at it. Let's see. It's got Paul Giamatti in it. Maybe we'll put it on the list for next year.
Captain Kirk is here. Great to see you, brother. You're doing all right.
So I do have to ask, so Luis, we brought up the costumes and stuff. Like, as a girl, and I don't know if other girls are going to be like, "Oh my gosh, how could you like that?" I love the older style of dress.
Oh, for sure.
Like, it's just so classy. It's just I love the bigger skirts and like just the way they. Like they're just so beautiful. Like even that one scene where she's like leaning over on the couch, talking to Danny Kaye's character. Like I love the way they dressed.
Yeah, it's probably the most girly I get with movies. I absolutely love the costumes and all of the women's dressing. This always did. Yeah,
I want to
really
picture
beautiful.
Louise in her red fluffy furry gown now. It's all been it says it hasn't seen this until last year. Thought it was amazing. So much talent and a great storyline. Truly a classic. Yeah, it was dropped in theaters last year. It's a great experience. I was able to talk about it a little bit then, and I'm glad people like you have seen it. So hopefully you enjoy it. It's definitely a fun experience for this time of the year. It feels, Ironcaster, like one of these movies that should be in line with your Thanksgiving transition time. Like Miracle on 34th Street. This White Christmas feels like it belongs in that same place. Even though a lot of this is centered around Christmas Eve, it feels more of a nice transitionary film for getting into the Christmas spirit, if you will.
You're not wrong. This is one I would put in probably within the first week or so of December. I guess if I'm thinking about like how do I want to kind of transition myself into the year, into this Christmas spirit, it can be a little bit of a challenge because you want to kind of find stuff that kind of still has that sort of Thanksgiving vibe before we start shifting over into Christmas. So I guess kind of a big challenge would be, would you want to, if we were going to watch this and Miracle on 34th Street, which one would you watch first?
Which one? What is Miracle on 34th Street? No, is that the one with the Clarence, the angel? No, that's Beautiful Life.
No, that's It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah,
It's a Wonderful Life.
And Miracle on 34th Street is the old man who is hired as Macy's Santa Claus. He believes he's actually Santa Claus, just Kris Kringle. And it's the story of bringing them together and he was the little girl and family
and helping a little girl who doesn't believe in Santa Claus to believe.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
And it becomes like a court case.
You need to say that one.
Can't even Louise noise.
It's like one of my must-sees every year.
Yeah.
Like, I make sure to throw this on at least once during
But the
Christmas.
black and white one, not the remake.
Yes.
Or remakes. Because there's at least two. But yeah, no, the original black and white, yes, it's probably the next one on my list. Followed by The Bishop's Wife, which I think someone in the chat mentioned.
Agreed. Yeah, Miracle is kind of a must-watch. I've already watched the 1947 version. I get a lot of hate. I don't mind. I don't hate the remake. I don't hold it up to the same standard as the original, but I don't mind it being on. But I watch the original one every year. We did a talk hard on that one. Actually, I just produced a short about it this week. So yeah, it's a fun one to watch for sure.
So does that mean I get to watch it? My first watch. It's not pretend I get to watch it for Christmas.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen that one yet, Fred. We did a video. We did a talk hard on Violent Night, which is basically Home Alone and Die Hard with a Santa Claus, and it was in that same vein for sure. So, oh man, good stuff. It is in line with the Miracle on 34th Street experience, Ironcast. That's why I went back to that, because I feel like it. I said it early, and I don't know if I said it during the show or it was before, but I was like, this gets watched like when we're doing stuff. We're decorating the tree, if she's wrapping presents, whatever we're doing this early part of the season, this first, late November, early December, because I don't have to watch every single moment of this one. I can just be on, and certain musical numbers catch you. You're tapping your foot. You're dancing to, sisters and laughing, and you have Mandy come on. You're watching, just there's so many moments that are just so much fun and enjoyable. And then we get to the end, of course. Luis, you said it, when they pull back in that Christmas moment, you're just like, wow, that is just epic. Yeah. It's awesome. So.
If you want another transition, Phil, By the Light of the Silvery Moon starts at Thanksgiving and goes into Christmas. So that's a good one to pick up.
Is it on the list, Luis?
Yeah, the list will be like everything I've ever watched, but yes.
Luis and I are going to have our own podcast now. We're going to just call it Luis's List. Talk about movies.
Squeaky, I feel like we might have to make a separate list just for you. We're just gonna have to have this squeaky list of movies that like she needs to watch and stuff that that either we've already covered or is just such an obvious thing that you have to try to squeeze this in somewhere.
Yeah, what I was going to say to Squeaker as well is that this era of movie, because it did start around the wartime, a lot of the war films are, for want of a better word, propaganda. They're all always idealistic and about heroes and uplifting, or a lot of them. I mean, some of them are more serious, but in this sort of genre, so you haven't really got to worry about them. There's actually some very lovely movies that are war movies that are set in this and can be funny. So, in case you end up with any more.
Yeah, I've noticed that some of the older ones do have that more propaganda feel to them, which I don't mind. It's just the way movies were made at the time. And, we didn't settle into necessarily our, what was it, like mid 80s, I guess, early 90s, where there was that slew of movies about World War II. And, my dad watched a lot of them. I can't, like Band of Brothers and things like that.
That's way serious. That's heavy stuff. Good stuff. Good, but heavy. PJ stopping in. Great to see Orville Nation here. Awesome to see you. And yes, Luis is joining us again. Lovely Luis. So.
Hi, PJ.
Zach, is it a Christmas movie? Is it Christmas adjacent? There's snow. Yes. What else about it is Christmassy?
It's got Father Christmas in it.
Yeah.
Father Christmas is in the movie.
Well, I'd say it's Christmas adjacent more than Christmassy.
Yeah.
I've actually seen that one, but I saw the older British one.
I've just bought that on Blu-ray because there's a documentary with it. So obviously, my BBC ones are my favourite. But yeah, they've brought out the Blu-ray this year, so that will be a Christmas watch for me as well.
I wonder if it's available over here. If the one with the documentary is available.
Should be.
Because I mean, that sounds cool. I'd love to watch a documentary on that one.
My kids grew up watching the new trilogy, and when they were little, one of the malls here, it's a massive mall, and they did this huge epic walkthrough thing to promote the movie. They had props and blew real snow into the mall, and it was crazy. The kids remember that to this day as adults. So it's kind of a special thing. I bet it probably is associated with Christmas just because of the snow and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to put it in my Christmas adjacent category. And not something I watch for Christmas time, but I wouldn't oppose to it being on. So yeah, fair enough. I get heat for Shazam because Shazam has a lot of Christmas elements. It takes place at Christmas, and of course the family elements and themes of the movie are kind of just a fun, sweet little film. So
I mean,
Mrs. does not like that film.
It's kind of like putting on the list and saying Spider-Man is a Thanksgiving movie because it takes place on Thanksgiving and they have Thanksgiving dinner.
But the
People
film
do
isn't
say
about
that.
like thankfulness and turkeys or anything like that. There's a lot of those Christmas elements in Shazam, so that's why it's on the adjacent list. That's why I throw it on there. So, but I also get a lot of heat because I make the case about how there's so much more Christmas in Die Hard than there is It's a Wonderful Life. And that just makes her hot. It makes her hot like you can't believe. Yeah, she does not like that response at all.
I mean, but it's true. It kind of it's. I see your point.
It's a massive amount of Christmas in Die Hard compared to these other movies. And it's like I have like so many Die Hard shirts that I'll purposely wear when I'm going to be around her a lot. I could wear them anytime, right? But like I have one that she doesn't love. She won't let me wear in public, and it's like I have the machine gun ho 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 shirt.
Well, see, that's why you gotta like wear a hoodie out, and then as the day goes on, you slowly unzip it.
I've tried that. I got in trouble. I've been married a long time, IRONCASTER. Trust me, I've tried all these schemes and games. Some things work, some things don't. You gotta know when to hold them, when to fold them. So, Luis, how does this one rank for you in the grand scheme of these other? Because you mentioned a lot of great holiday films as well. Talked about Butcher's Wife, stuff like that. Is this the top of that heap from that type of stuff, or is It's a Wonderful Life? Are there others? What are some of your other ones like this?
So this is definitely on my sort of rewatch top 10 list. I keep saying I'm going to do that, but I haven't got around to it yet. Miracle on 34th Street, The Bishop's Wife, always ones that I rewatch. I don't watch It's a Wonderful Life very much, and that's because the majority of that movie is miserable. And I know it's got a happy ending, but I don't know. I find that it pulls me down. And I will tell you the other American one that I do not like is A Christmas Story. And I was convinced to watch it a couple of years ago. It wasn't a thing in the UK. I'd never seen it, never heard of it. And it just does not resonate at all. But some of my American friends convinced me to watch it. So that's my I don't get it.
I am so glad it has a couple of funny moments, but I watched A Christmas Story late in life too, and I never got it.
Yeah, same. I'm not a huge fan of A Christmas Story. It's in the whole building up of it being like held up as almost like one of the best Christmas movies ever. It's like it's okay, but maybe we'll watch it once during the marathon. And then I am quickly changing the channel. I cannot do that for 24 hours.
Well, I'm not subjecting anybody to watching it in 24 hours. And I think the love for it is the Gen Xers in us. We live through that, and it greatly captures our parents and our generations. And, that's a lot of that movie really resonates. And I think that's why it's special for us. But I'm also like, to each their own kind of thing. I don't really care if anybody doesn't want to watch it. I do hate the fact that they do those marathons because it does burn people out. I think those marathons are horrible. I think they're cheap. It's a way for them to just show some sort of cheap licensing agreement and do that. Just make people hate movies because no one should sit through a movie like 6 hours and 10. That's crazy. It's just cruel and unusual. But yeah, all right. Well, that's fine. I mean, I get the It's a Wonderful Life too thing. That's actually. That is the reason that we don't watch it, is because Mrs. feels the exact same way you do, Louisa. Louise. Why do I keep calling her the wrong name? What is wrong with me tonight? I'm gonna put her over here so I can.
I answer to most things. Don't worry.
You're fine. You're fine. I'm gonna put you over here. So there we go. I get the exact same response from the missus. She's not watching it for that same reason. So, but I love Christmas Story. Sorry, there's too many gags that hold up. Too much of my life is resonating in that movie. But 2 weeks they're out. So, Zach's just saying the truth. Truth bomb right there. Don't watch anything. Yeah, don't watch anything. Like I don't. Yeah, that's bad. It's bad for your health. I think anything great can be ruined if you watch that much. I know lots of like I have a lamp.
I don't know. I could watch Chinese dramas for 24 hours and I would be fine. Just because of the costumes and some of the weird drama. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I bet I could binge it.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit of hate on that. It's okay. Shoot your eye out. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, thanks, Joe. Let's see here. We like Disney's Christmas Carol, Robert Zemeckis one, the 3D one. Isn't Jim Carrey the voice of that one? I think or something. I've watched it once. Yeah, we're doing one of my favorite. Well, we're doing two of my favorite Christmas Carol adaptations the next 2 weeks. We're doing Scrooge next week. Then we're doing the Muppets Christmas Carol. Both are two, I think, phenomenal Christmas Carol adaptations where they try to do something a little bit different, and I think that's pretty awesome. So, Fred's liking it. Says it's the words of flick. I triple dog dare you to watch it. Yeah, well, everybody here's watched it, but not everybody likes it. It's fine. Yeah, Jim Carrey. Yes. Yeah, I watched it once. I don't own it, so really I'm gonna watch it again. I'm not opposed to any. I actually kind of almost ended up in that rabbit hole a year ago to watch a whole bunch of Christmas Carol movies and ranking them, but it didn't happen. In hindsight, maybe it was probably for the best. I don't know. So, all right, let's get to favorite parts, worst parts of things. I will start by just saying my worst part is it's moving along pretty well. Then suddenly you have them being separated, and they got to go to. We're going to move to the New York scene. So we end up having this scene where Danny Kaye just puts these two random people on stage to practice their routine, and they just start dancing. We don't know who these people are. We don't know why we care. They just have this random dancing. That's probably my least favorite part because we don't need it like at all. And I feel like that was, I forget that moment. So from a critical eye, the movie is a little bloated with that type of stuff, but I love this movie. I really do enjoy watching it. So, anyway, what about you, IRONCASTER?
I'd say as far as least favorite goes, it might be the nosy housekeeper who basically pushes in the drama of the misunderstanding. That's kind of one of those. It's one of those tropes that's kind of overdone. I would say that's probably just my least favorite part of the movie because ultimately they have a good heart, they have a good reason, and there's so many ways that they could have probably had the challenge overcome with like the weather or something in there. But then now I'm thinking about it, it's like that leads to all kinds of problems about how, well, if it was a matter of like bad weather, well then the snow, then that would have totally discounted that whole other idea about there's no snow in Vermont. I don't know, it's something I gotta really stop and think about.
Yeah, you're bringing up a valid point. I hate movies that hinge on like a lie, like I have to tell a lie to keep the story arc moving, and I hate ones where we have to have an avoidance of information. So we kind of have that a little bit with that in that story arc. So yeah, I agree. The little busybody nosy lady is the villain of this movie who creates all this unnecessary strength, angst, and discord. But Squeeka, did you have any sort of like down moments, or do you feel like it was a little long for you or anything like that, or are you just really enamored with it in its scale and scope?
No, I mean I agree with IRONCASTER. I didn't really like that whole nosy neighbor bit. I understand that it had to happen so that way they could have Betty leave and come back and it was a plot point, but at the same time I was like, why is no one, I'm a big communicator, so I was like, why is nobody just talking about this? Why is nobody just asking a dumb question? Why does this keep happening? So that was the only point. Like it was, but like I said, that's just a personal pet peeve because I'm like, oh my God, talk to people. But other than that, no, I love this movie. I feel like I see that about every movie now, y'all.
I think it's a legit thing. They're like,
Except
how
for
could he
Street
not?
Fighter.
How could Bing Crosby's character's Bob, like Bob could just like, what did I do? Like, someone tell me what I did. What did I do? Like, we were
Yeah.
kissing in the kitchen 10 seconds ago. Next thing I know, she's leaving New York. Could someone check their notes? What did I do? But it doesn't happen in the movie. That is yeah, it's fair. So instead, we have to not have that answer or that come up. We have to watch people dance that we don't even know anything about. So.
We had to somehow work in the will they or won't they, fingernail biting question.
See,
It works
I get
better for its time and its era, but
the random dancers, but at the same time, I'm like, dude, they're dancing and it was still cool. Like,
yeah.
I'm still in it. So yeah. I mean, I'm sure that as time goes on, and as I watch it more and more, it'll be like, okay, I'm just kind of tired of this one piece or this one plot point. But for a first watch, that's like the only thing I have to complain about is the little housekeeper lady. I'm like, stop it. And the thing is she knows that she only heard part of the conversation. So why would she even go on about it? Why not just ask him, hey, because she's already confessed that she listens in on the other line from the last phone call. So why didn't she just go up to him and say,
Busybody
hey,
didn't it?
I listened to this phone call. Is this really what's going on? And, it's really going to upset him, rather than blurting to Betty about what happened. Like, it's so messed up.
Well, that was a pretty good depiction of busybody eavesdroppers of their time. Like that part I don't have a problem with. The fact that she does what she does. The problem is that nobody reacts to it going, it kind of doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, no one in the room is going to be like, hey, what's going on with Betty? Like, no one's, I don't know. Somebody's commenting about George C. Scott's is epic. It's really good. I agree. Albert Finney does one, which I think is the one that Fred's referencing in the 70s. I think that's the Albert Finney one. It's solid as well.
Mhm.
Lots and lots of good versions of Christmas Carol, for sure. 100%. And actually, here's one for you, Ironcaster. Tubi has one called Karen. It's a Karen one. It's a Christmas Carol Karen story. And because it's a Christmas Carol story, it has an arc, and it actually is redeeming and really funny and good, because we don't get comedies mocking, right? And it's a film that really is mocking it, and it hides behind the Christmas Carol story doing it. So it's a B movie. It's a low budget movie, but it actually was kind of fun because it is mocking the Karen trope. And this was done a year or two ago. It's not like it's done yesterday. It's done a little while ago. So.
Oh, Pops, like I just typed in Karen. I found a Christmas Karen, Andyville Karen. What is this?
Oh my gosh, she's got a whole series maybe, but I don't know. Christmas Karen was the one for sure. Yeah, she's every stereotype, and then it works stuff out because of the stuff. So. Louise, what was your general thoughts? Is there some down moments because you've watched this so many times? Do you feel a little? Are we way off base here, Louise, with some of our criticisms?
But I think there's, if you watch a lot of these films, you can't get too into if they're just told each other, because that is kind of how these work. So I think when you watch them, you have to suspend that disbelief, in all honesty. And it's Merryweek, so so yeah, you're not wrong. There's a few bits like that, but at the end of the day, that's just how they work. It's like reading romance books. You know that at some point they're going to have a big misunderstanding, run off. Most romance movies as well, they have to have that plot point. So the only difference is how it happens. So you're not wrong, but that's kind of the whole point of
formula. Yeah, there's a formula. It's why I can't watch Hallmark movies. I just can't. I can't do Lifetime Hallmark. I can't. It's the exact same movie with just like little. Yeah, it's insane. So, your Muslim uncle, you're bringing up a comment here. What does Mr. Bones have to do? Well, nothing. The whole point of the movie is that there's a lot more here than just Christmas. So that's not the only song. There's other numbers as well, and there's other moments that have nothing to do. But it's the story arc of the characters bookend around the White Christmas songs and the journey there. So, I don't think it matters. Yeah,
as they were pointing out, it was also they were also using it as an excuse to practice some numbers up in Vermont there with having a little smaller audience.
Right. No, I love it. I think it is really an interesting. So, actually, you saw it, right? You saw RRR. We did the RRR movie, the Indian movie. In the Indian movie, really, it works better than most of them because they worked in a reason for song and dance numbers. Like it made sense why we had song and dance numbers. White Christmas works better than a lot of musicals for people who don't like musicals because it makes sense on why they're doing it. Like it makes sense why we're just going to have random musical numbers and songs that don't fit a Christmas theme, and it all works for the story. So kudos to the script and what they put together. So yeah.
Do you not know anybody that just randomly bursts into song? Because I do. Not me personally, but I know people that do. So I don't find it that odd anyway.
I actually do it all the time. I'll just make stuff up. Like I don't even sing things on tune. Yeah, I randomly burst into my own songs. I'm like telling my students to do something. I'll be like, trace your name here. This is where it goes. This line is long. This line goes. Like I'll just sing to them like all the time. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't rhyme. I'm just like, whatever.
I'm the guy who bursts into song. So yeah, I should know. I guess if you don't know people who burst into song and you're the guy that bursts into song, I guess that's kind of where it puts you, right, Luis? Like it's not gonna surprise people out there to know that I'm that guy. If you're hanging with me very long, it's gonna be some sort of. We're getting into some shenanigans, right? You just know we're not. Yeah, ask the wife. She can tell you the stories. That's Loki. We hung out a little bit. We were getting into some shenanigans.
Wait a minute, Pops. That shenanigans could be the name of your song in the musical.
Yeah, well, it's on brand for me. It is on brand. I was talking and using the word shenanigans long before it's like in everywhere now. Like, I mean, I'm talking like 20 years ago. I'd use terms like shenanigans and malarkey, and just people would look at you like you have two heads. And you're like, oh, these are real words, by the way.
Doodads.
So, and whatnots. Doodads and whatnots is part of the vocab, man. 100%.
In fact, a little birdie told me that his favorite chocolate bar also happens to be a whatchamacallit.
Yeah, for sure.
So to answer
candy bar.
To answer your Muslim uncle there, that's the theme of their show. They're looking at how musicals have changed, so that the choreography is like the new thing that just come out, and they were poking fun at the person that created it, same as they were saying, oh, this is something from the past. If you watch those musical numbers in the context of their show, they actually do make sense, and a lot of it is because that's what they knew. If you watch Singing in the Rain, obviously that's talking about the transition to talkies from the silent era. So they always did what they know.
What is your take on some of the modern musicals? Which ones you like or were supposed to like but didn't like, something like that?
I can't stand La La Land. That's a couple of hours I will never get back.
I never watched it because of people like you who have liked musicals and hate that one. So I'm never doing it. I like Ryan Gosling enough that I won't subject myself to something that people who like musicals don't like it. So it sounds like it's a Hollywood one I'm supposed to like, but it's not good. It's what I feel.
It's a couple of badly done numbers and two people walking for 2 hours and talking, followed by a 10-minute montage of the film they should have made.
I think we riled her up a little bit. I like this.
You asked.
I'm entertaining myself now, Ironcaster.
Well, that's the secret to it. You gotta find the best ways to poke the bear a little bit and get chuckles in there. Make him laugh like a clown.
Well, I don't know about a clown, but I love when Squeeka giggles. I know this movie is like full of its tons of moments. Even if it was just a Bing Crosby look or a Danny Kaye reaction face, Squeeka was giggling. That's all I knew. So for sure. So, Squeeka, how do you want to score this one? How do you want to run down the numbers on this one?
Oh, diggity dog. I'll give it 9.5 sandwiches. Not liverwurst, though, out of 10.
Not liverwurst.
We never did find out what kind of beans liverwurst did.
He dreams of
You
liverwurst.
just dream about
You dream of
liverwurst. That's the
liverwurst.
whole point.
According to the commentary, which I watched while we were doing this, but apparently he ad-libbed a lot of that scene. So
That's even better. It's 2 feather fans out of 2. That's
Okay. How about you, Ironcaster? How you want to score something like this?
The challenge with it is I'll cut the chase. This is
it's
an
a
easy
9.
10 out
I'll
of-
answer for him. It's a 9.
Yeah,
No,
it's easy 10. But the challenge then comes up. If we were to put it on a separate list of Christmas movies, how does it rank up there? As far as Christmas movies go, it goes a little lower because we don't get as much of the Christmas element in it, but it does ultimately pay off in the end for having a good representation of having that sort of spirit about it while not beating you over the head with it. So I do have to docket some points on the Christmas scale for not being as Christmassy as it could. But it is still otherwise an excellent film that everyone should watch at least once in their life. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's all fair. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. 37 months. He's in here for the giggles. You know what, Zach? I'm here for the giggles too. To be honest, they will tell you the truth. I do what I can to antagonize Squeeka to laugh. It's one of the best parts of what we do around here on Tuesdays. It gets me through most of my week, to be honest.
See, I hate the way I laugh. I'm like,
Oh no, you have such a great infectious laugh.
that's why I
It's
never
incredible.
listen to the shows afterwards.
Oh, and when she snorts, I know I've won. That's the whole mark. I can make her snort.
See, I'm competitive. Now I'm going to be anti-snort because now it's a competitive competition.
What, you're anti-snort?
Yes.
Squeaka, where we can tell the snort of poop is for then?
I call him Grandpappy Burberry. There's still no snort in there either.
Snort, I can't believe this. I thought she loved you. Apparently not.
I do. He has his own name. He's my grandpappy. He adopted me way back on T-shirt channel back in the day.
It's too late.
So, I'll defend the Christmas element to the movie because I think it goes with what I said about Shazam, like the Shazam thing, and this movie is about selflessness, right? It's about that doing for someone, all this charity and all this stuff that's going on there, relationship dynamics and coming together. It's also about finding a partner and all of this. I like all that, and I would say that there is some flow issues and stuff like that. So I'll go 4 out of 5. That for me, that's still really, really strong. I don't want to make that seem like I'm bashing this movie. It's 4 out of 5. A lot of fun, grand scale. Giving it some credit for VistaVision and what it was at the time. Kind of underrated for it in a lot of ways. It's got legs now. I think people really appreciate it more now.
So then, just to push it on you now, how does this rank against other Christmas movies? Like, if you were to compare this to many of the others that we've talked about, like if you were to compare this to Scrooge, like which one comes out on top as a better Christmas film?
I actually think I scored this and Scrooge about the same. They're kind of that 4 out of 5. I watch Scrooge every year, but Scrooge is special. Like I grew up with Scrooge. Like that was in my. This is something that like I said, it gets watched in some way, shape, or form every year. But this one also tends to be one early in the season, just like we picked it for this week, where it's on while we're doing other stuff. We're decorating. My wife was baking. It'll be on. You know, whereas Scrooge is like we stopped everything and watched the other night. That's the one we picked, right? So I don't want to throw shade at this movie because I enjoy others in different ways. It's like you guys saying you guys don't like Christmas Story. Okay, fine. You guys don't like it. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Totally fine. It's people that love Home Alone. I can't stand Home Alone. I think it's fine and fun to be on, but I just am over the Home Alone. I was over it when I saw it. Like, man, this is a 2-star movie for me. There's just hardly any story in the absurdity that I'm supposed to believe. It's fine, but I still don't mind it being on. I don't mind that people love it, but you know.
But again, the question is, how does it rank as a Christmas movie? Like, it's a totally separate list. There can be movies that we rank high on a Christmas scale that might be bad otherwise. that might just be a better Christmas example than others.
Well, Scrooge
Depends
would be a
what
better.
you think a
Yeah.
Christmas movie encompasses, then, doesn't it? What's your criteria for Christmas movie?
Well, the thing
Yeah, I
is,
think this
like,
still
you could
delivers Christmas elements to make it work for me. So I don't want to exclude it.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you could put a number of things on the Christmas list, and they rank incredibly low for not being very Christmassy at all. Like, for example, Team America World Police gets a 0 out of 10 on the Christmas scale because it's not very Christmassy. Now, is it?
Oh, I understand. So you're trying to qualify it not based on it being a good movie or not. You're trying to say how Christmassy it is. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So it's like It's a Wonderful Life is a very low Christmas caliber score because it doesn't really have much Christmas in it. It's like a 2.
Yes. Right? Yeah. Exactly.
This is actually only a little bit above that from that type of perspective. But we're talking about the quantity of Christmas in it versus Santa Claus is Coming to Town is literally just like a 10. Like there's nothing in the movie that's not Christmassy, right? There's no real subplots that are dramatic elements that are not Christmas. This one actually doesn't have a ton of Christmas in it. Yeah, so maybe a 4 out of 10 on the Christmas list. But that's more like presence of Christmas rather than being a Christmas film. It's like the presence of Christmas. Some movies are just 10s. There's going to be a lot of movies that are like 8 to 10, where it's all Christmas all the time. It's just a Christmas movie through. This is what people don't like Die Hard, right? Because it's more like in the middle of like.
I was just going to ask you that,
maybe.
Pops.
Yeah. Like
where does Die
7,
Hard
right?
rank for you?
6 or 7 on that list. Like a 7. A lot of Christmas, but not like Christmas for Christmassy sake. Yes. Sam's low.
I
like
can accept that.
Sam would be like a 3. It'd be like low, very very low. So I knew Luis. I know he was setting me up. It's okay. I saw you laughing too. I know he was trying to set me up.
Pops, I would never. Do you really think I have ulterior motives with anything I do?
Yes.
Thank you, Squeeka. Squeeka, I was going to say, Squeeka, do you want to take that one? She didn't even hesitate.
I mean, hold on, let me think about it. Yes.
If you can see the stuff that happens on our little private group that he tries to pitch on us with sharks and shenanigans and Thanksgiving 3, I think is the new one.
A shark movie called Sharknanigans.
Sharknanigans, yes.
And it takes place at a restaurant.
With a little bowling alley attached.
Land shark. We should rate comedies by giggles and snort. Well, trust me, I've asked for video even like when I tried it. We did first watches, Zach's, of like her doing Blazing Saddles and Airplane and stuff and Naked Gun, and I wish I could just been in the room.
Well, Beard has a counter where it's like how many times I tap him. Like I pat him on the leg where I'm like, oh my god, and I'm like do the super tap where I'm like dude. So that's his
Luis,
little...
can you imagine? Luis, can you imagine being in the room with her watching Naked Gun or something for the first time? Like she just would be a blast. Absolutely.
I would love that. Even the reviews you've done together, I can't not laugh, and Squeaka's laughing. I'm sitting here rolling up. So.
Well, those are funny. The number of times I had to pause them because I was like, oh my god, what? Oh my god, what? Wait. I mean, it happened a few times even in White Christmas where it's like, wait, what? They're doing what? Are they like when they bust out there because he looks at the record, right? And I know the girls are gone and they're supposed to come on, and your brain's like, okay, what are we gonna do? And as a first watch, when they burst out there in their little suits with the fans, I paused it. I was like, wait, what, guys?
I know that was so epic. Yeah.
I was like, this is the most beautiful thing I've seen all year.
And you can see that they're laughing. I mean, that's real.
Like, this is... Well, and it's even better because like the crowd is laughing and they're getting in on it. Like they are there to see sisters. Nobody's booing them. Nobody's mad that they're not getting the act they want. They're obviously lip syncing. Like, but the crowd themselves, I was laughing half the time because the crowd was laughing. I was like, yes.
Well, I think Luis is right. I think it may be the best take they could get because they couldn't keep a straight face. So I think there's a shot where Bing Crosby's laughing, and you're like, I don't think that was the character. I think that was him breaking because there's not a way to keep it straight because Danny Kaye is so over the top and how they respond to each other. It's just brilliant stuff. So
I'm based on the commentary, they did get a perfect scene of that, where they didn't make any mistakes and they didn't fall about laughing. And then when everyone watched it back, they're like, no, we're using this one. So.
That's awesome. It's fun times. Merry Christmas, folks. We are really kicking it off this year, man. We're really getting in there. This is a good one to do that too. So
this was a great
thanks
pick,
for checking
Luis.
out Ironcaster's Monday show. Also fantastic times, my friend. It's good stuff. And Loki will be doing his show in the morning. He'll be doing his Wednesday show. Make sure you check that out.
Can't wait.
We're going to figure out how to seep out Louisa to a permanent fixture here on the old Talk Hard. I don't know. We're having a great time hanging out with you, ladies. So thanks for coming back.
Thank you.
We're doing this.
I'm telling you, man, we're going to go down the old movie route and be like, Luis's list.
we can do that. You need to put the Court Jester on. Court Jester is by far the best Danny Kaye film. So you need to put the Court Jester on the list sometime.
See, I just think that Pop's Angels needs to come back. We just got to get Arwen Avalon back in here, and we'll just do some Pop's Angels. We'll just do it.
Yep.
It's the greatest time hanging out. So we'll see. But yes, Luis, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us and sharing your experiences and stuff. It's been an absolute blast.
Thank you.
Blast. So, Squeeka, it's always wonderful. I love the first time experiences with you. Yeah.
I loved this movie. I am so appreciative, Luis, because I had no idea what this movie was about, and it has started a little wildfire in my little soul, if I had one. I mean, like, I want to watch more. Like, I was like, oh man, I missed these movies. I don't remember what movie it was I watched that had this style of musical, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need more of this. So.
There's a couple older of classic musicals that I keep going back to for some of the
I've never
songs.
even seen Mary Poppins.
And probably one of the ones that jumps up in my mind that does have Bing Crosby in it that I did kind of throw up on our list to maybe look at would be Robin and the Seven Hoods.
That just sounds wrong.
It's got Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby, Dean Martin,
Sammy Davis.
Yep.
Oh, the Rat Pack. I love them.
Full Rat Pack.
Because this is the era of music I love too. Like, I love the Rat Pack. I love Rosemary Clooney. Like, I love this music. So it was just like, oh my God, yes, the costumes, the dancing. Luis is my new hero.
So one last thing I want to ask real quick, Squeak, had you seen Scrooge, Bill Murray? No.
No, I have not.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Oh no, Luis.
Luis, you want to come back? Luis, you want to come back for that? Because my goodness gracious me, I'd want to be in that room.
Her saying that means it's going to be like a movie that's an hour and a half that I'm going to pause into like a 3-hour movie. Not kidding. That's what happens. Like, I seriously look at these movies and I'm like, okay, this movie's like what, an hour and 35 minutes, and I'm like, gonna need about 3.
That's awesome. All I'm going to say, and Ironcaster and you and Luis will know, Carol Kane in a toaster. I would love to be in the room to see Squeaka's reaction. That's all I want to say. I just would love to see the reaction.
It's like the line where he was like, nice beaver.
Oh, yeah, the nice beaver scene. I started with Naked Gun. I said, when there's a beaver, I just wish I could be in the room to see your face when there's a beaver on screen. She's like, what on earth are you talking about? And then when it happens, she's like, I think I peed a little bit. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Shush! I think I did, though. I mean, that was...
That's so great. So great. So we'll be back next week talking Scrooge. Thank you, chat. You guys are amazing. It's absolutely awesome to do this every single week. Love you guys so much. And thanks to everybody here. You guys are awesome, and it seems appropriate. Musical stuff seems appropriate this week, so we'll just play. We'll skip Bob, and we'll just go. We'll go to Ironcaster.
I met my old lover on the street last night.